What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders out there. Y'all already know what it is and who it is. But if you don't, this is Kavod Ray Valentine. You done pulled up to the block market. This is Hood Money Investing. I wanted to take some time to show y'all what's going on real quick on the 4-hour chart because I got a lot of people out there asking me what's going on. And I already told you, I do not know what's going on with AMC. When it comes down to the data, the technicals, and everything, I was burned with GameStop. I thought that I was doing a good job reading technicals and, the data. And guess what? When I got burned with GameStop, thinking it was going to go past $1,000 because of the Volkswagen squeeze and everything that, went into the Volkswagen squeeze that couldn't even match up if it wanted to with GameStop, so I don't pay attention to that anymore. I'm using psychology and common sense. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not, an investing guru. I'm a beginner investor and trader out there trying to give these beginner investors and traders out there like myself some comfort and just a little bit of, nudging when it comes to remember to keep your sanity and to look at this from a psychological perspective. When you're dealing with people, you're dealing with, things that you're just not going to be able to predict. You know what I'm saying? And it's just almost unbelievable that people think, psychologically that, you're going to have millions of people that's going to hold up into 100K. That, now if we had a hive mind like ants, I think that would be possible. But, you're going to have a lot of people that have a lot going on as far as their, living situation. And I couldn't blame them if they decided to take profits because they needed to take care of their family or something in their, life. So, I just can't see it happening. Yes, I see a nice price target. I see it making a GameStop move, as far as when it squeezed. I think psychologically they will allow it to go over 1,000 just because there are people that are very good at technicals and data, and they have already pulled the rug from under these people, and they're showing us that, with all the shares that's been shorted, with all the synthetics, with all the borrowing, with all the lending, with all everything that's going on, you can clearly see that they owe a lot of money. But you have to remember that these people owe a lot of money to their friends, as well as the same people that print the money and cause the inflation and hyperinflation and, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? The recession and everything else. That's what I was about to say. But, this would be, a good time, a pivotal moment in history, in economics and finances, if the rabbit happened to really have the gun and change the dynamics of how the system is being set up. And for those people that are in fear that AMC is just dipping, it looks like it's dipping to set up for a big rip if you look at the 4-hour chart. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we got up to 1580 just now. We had to ride the wave, so that's the reason why if you take it back here, boom, you see the 1220, high 1125. You see that? And then, we have that 1487. That was back in, that was March. But we had to ride that wave. So as you can see, we had to ride that wave. So now from the pattern that I can see, that's when we're by Friday, I'll say it like this. In my opinion, I feel like we'll reach $25 before June is out. I don't think it'll start ripping until July. It's just because psychologically, I don't think it'll start ripping until June, and somewhere along the line, that's when we'll start to have issues. And that's why I'm saying we'll have this conversation in July, in the beginning of July, because I feel like somewhere along the line, this stock is going to be halted if it happens to push harder than GameStop, because with all that volatility, if they couldn't, maintain and control the volatility on GameStop, I can only imagine what the volatility is going to be like this, on when it happens to shoot up. A lot of people are looking at the 1-minute chart. So, right there, as you can see, It looked like it almost was like had a little cup and handle around here, but I'm still learning, so I might not see with you as a professional or I might be a little bit more advanced, but it looks like we just setting up for a rip, man. That's all it looks like to me. For all those AMC holders out there, I just can't wait till this thing pops, because like I said, I already have my price targets. So, I'm just trying to prepare my portfolios, and I'm thinking about even jumping in a little bit deeper, man. I'm just not sure at the moment. And I don't go into my other portfolios because I'll have to use my passcode and all that. And I don't feel like editing and cutting and covering all that up, the count numbers and all that. I don't feel like doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But these ones right here, the interface is so easy to use, and it's easy to show people what's taking place, at the moment. In this portfolio here, as you can see, AMC is down 11%, man. And I'm down, what? I'm down 9% today. So it's a little bit over 4K. And, I'm just, like I said, happy to be a part of all this, man. And I think, we're right about what we were thinking as far as people liquidating their positions in other stocks so that they can jump in AMC, because the market is ridiculous right now, man. It really is. But, I really do believe AMC is setting up for, a big rip, because it's doing what GameStop did. It's not doing exactly what GameStop did, but it is moving somewhat like GameStop. It's going up, it's retracing, it's going up, retracing, then it's making higher highs, lower lows, higher lows, excuse me, my bad, lower highs and higher lows. You know what I'm saying? And it's just looking like it's setting up to go. And once it does, man, I just hope people, keep their composure. But that's just my opinion, from a beginner's perspective. Remember to not get caught up with any investor or trader or, YouTube content creator, because yes, they may have some good advice, but one thing I'm learning when it comes to investing, that you can patent and develop your own style and strategies and tips and tricks, because there are so many different ways to go about trading and investing. So that's just my personal opinion, man. Make sure you stay down and keep your ear to the street when it comes to this AMC beef, and let's see if it's going to go to 100K, 500K, because this is going to be a very interesting conversation if it does or if it doesn't, but I do have a prediction for if it doesn't. I believe all those brainwashed apes are going to say that it's people like me that were paper handing, and we were spreading fear and FOMO, and not FOMO, but we were spreading fear and doubt and uncertainty, and and that was the reason why it started going down. They're not going to, and I think this is what they are setting it up for. They are setting all this, all the news up, and, all these bots up, and, probably some of these, I was thinking to myself, some of these YouTube content creators, the ones that's just popping up out of nowhere, because like, as you can see, for all these people that keep on thinking, I just jumped into this, I want to show you this right here. I'm not going to go back in. I don't have to go back any further, but you could count 7 months ago. This is my channel 7 months ago when I only got 40 views for GameStop, and talking about my feelings about GameStop and where it could potentially go based on, everything that I was seeing during the pandemic. Like every time I went to GameStop, people were buying games. I was buying games. I bought most of the new games that came out in 2020. Not most of them, but half of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't doing nothing the short, like after work. It wasn't nothing to do. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I knew the PS5 was coming out on top of Cyberpunk, on top of, the Xbox, the Wii. And games, what is it, the GameCube, or whatever, I knew that the new consoles were coming out, and I just couldn't believe that the price was down that low. You see what I'm saying? So, and I looked at the quarterly reports in the past for GameStop, and each time the console cycles would come out during the first PlayStation, the second PlayStation, the third PlayStation, and the fourth, that I noticed that the stock price would skyrocket. So that is around about 60, 70 bucks, probably about 60, high 60s, and close to 70 bucks. And I noticed that. And the sheriff, when I first started seeing GameStop, it was around $2. And I really started catching it at $5, based on that info that I knew. I just knew. I mean, I remember, I'm a gamer. I'm a nerd. I mean, I used to go to Electronic Boutique and Radio Shack. You see what I'm saying? I remember when I took my PlayStation 1 and I sacrificed it to put a chip in it just so I can play Dragon Ball Z back, in early 2000s, 99, 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a little bit about tech, and not only that, I know how popular GameStop is. I mean, I'm a rewards member, and I know how many they have, 60 million plus rewards members or something like that. It could be more. So I just knew, man, and that's what had me in the GameStop, and that's what got me here where I'm at now. You see what I'm saying with AMC and me having my opinion about AMC, and I'll just show you, just so people you see GameStop, GameStop. Okay, what that say 6 months ago? GameStop, 100 plus hood money investings. Hood money investing theory, future potential. This is how I felt. And that was 6 months ago before you heard any of these new investors, these new content creators on YouTube that just jumped out of nowhere and started talking about GameStop and AMC. And that's all they do is talk about GameStop and AMC every single day now that they have the traction that they do. When nobody was talking about these stocks, you didn't see these people at all. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to, make sure that beginner investors and traders be careful and don't get fooled and don't get the rug pulled from underneath of them, how they did us with GameStop when it finally started to reach its potential and they started talking about, gamma squeezes and, the potential of it passing Volkswagen. And then guess what? We got the rug pulled right from underneath of us. Go ask some of those people that jumped into GameStop at 400 and 500 when they thought and they bought hundreds of shares. Go talk to some of those people. So that's the reason why, I'm going to continue to do this. I'm passionate. I got a lot of respect for this investing thing that I'm learning because it takes a lot, man. It's not just an overnight thing. And that's one of the reasons why I can't believe some of you guys are listening to some of these new investors. They're literally, some of these new traders, some of these new content creators, they're telling you, I just started trading. I just started learning how to do this. Some of them will tell you. And it's just well, okay, that's good information, but why are you saying it as if you have I should have conviction and I should ultimately believe it? You're talking as if it's really going to go exactly the way that you're saying for someone that's just been trading for a year and you have professionals that say they're still learning and they still make mistakes. So that's all I'm saying, so that's all I wanted to say. That game AMC looked like it's ready for a little rip and we're going to see, man. I think before June, we'll pass 20, 25 bucks, before May is out, we'll pass about 20, 25 bucks and then we'll see what'll happen in June. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to throw no predictions out there because I don't know. I think it'll make a GameStop move. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't know, so all those beginners out there or people that are asking me my opinion about the price, I don't know. I don't think nobody knows. I just think they'll keep you engaged and by, predicting. So that's just how I feel. And like I said, you need a bad guy. You do, to point the finger. So this is me, Kavai Ray Valentine.
They out there panicking right now. I can feel it. They out there. They're panicking. Look at them.
Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. And you're part of it.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
After everything we've done for you.
Oh, see, I made Louis a bet here. Louis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put y'all in the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Louis.
After you.
Certainly.